Sai Ram. The 30th of January every year in India is marked as Martyrs' Day. It is a day that is held in honor of the memory of the various patriots and freedom fighters who gave up their lives for the progress of the nation. Why was the 30th of January selected? Because it was on this day that a great son of the soil, the father of the nation, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, was assassinated as he made his way for the evening prayers. On the 30th of January 1948, at about 5:20 p.m., even as Mahatma Gandhi made his way to the prayers, Nathuram Godse stood up and fired 3 bullets straight into his chest, ending his life on the spot. As a tribute to the father of the nation, that day was selected as Martyrs' Day. It is often said that the manner in which a person dies indicates the manner in which the person lived. Now, Mahatma Gandhi is no ordinary soul. He is an extraordinary soul among extraordinary souls. In fact, the great Albert Einstein remarked that future generations that will come will find it hard to believe that such a being ever walked this earth in flesh and bones. That is one among the many tributes that Mahatma Gandhi has received. He was a firm adherent of Satya, truth. He never let go of truth. Possibly one of the only times that he lied was in his early childhood, when he lied in order that his mother, Putli Bai, breaks her fast. She would break her fast only when she listened to the sound of the cuckoo, and Mahatma Gandhi imitated the voice of the cuckoo so that his mother could break her fast. In fact, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, our beloved Swami, goes on to say that Putli Bai had a great role to play in making Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi into Mahatma Gandhi. And in that public discourse statement, Swami accepts that Mohandas Gandhi is indeed a Mahatma. And Swami's definition of Mahatma is Manas ekam, vachas ekam, karman ekam, Mahatmanam. One who has perfect unity and harmony of thought, word and deed. You know, the famous and popular quote that we use for Bhagwan, my life is my message. This is actually how Mahatma Gandhi summarized his message for the world. He said, my life is my message. And the fact that Bhagwan borrowed this, when the Lord utilizes something that the devotee creates, it shows, it's a tribute that the Lord pays to the devotee. Such a magnificent and wonderful soul that Mahatma Gandhi is, how could he meet with such a horrible death? This was a question that bothered me quite a lot. And every time I saw a Sai devotee or a person whom I felt was very devoted to Swami or any god, when I saw that person struggle and have a bad death, I often wondered, why is it that this is happening? When the way in which a person dies is an indicator of how a person has lived, why do great devotees of the Lord suffer such bad deaths? And the particular striking case for me is that of Mahatma Gandhi. Well, as always, the Lord is perfect, and I received the answer in multiple ways. Professor Kasturi records a beautiful episode in the biography of Bhagwan Baba, Satyam Shivam Sundaram. This is the experience and story of Sri Seshagiri Rao, the first ever priest of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. He was there right from the Pathamandiram days to the early years in Prashantinilayam, and he would be the one to perform the Aarti to Swami. He was the first Mandir priest. After 14 years of such a dedicated service, Seshagiri Rao had a fall because of which he was bedridden and he was in serious pain. The doctors from the newly established general hospital there gave their declaration that Sheshagiri Rao did not have much time left. And when Sheshagiri Rao heard this, the devotee that he was, he rejoiced, he was jubilant. He said that this body is made of the 5 elements and it is soon going to merge back into the 5 elements. I am going to be liberated. He began to chant from the scriptures and from the Vedas, celebrating his merger with Bhagwan. In fact, Professor Kasturi writes that he was lost in admiration at the spirit, the attitude and the composition of this Sri Sheshagiri Rao. And then when everyone felt that that was possibly the last day that this priest would live, Swami comes to his room. Swami looks at him and asks him, "How can you leave when I have not yet issued your ticket? Today evening I want you to come to the mandir and perform all your duties. Do not miss doing your duties." And Swami walks away. So cruel, Professor Kasturi writes, it appears for those who do not know Swami. But well, that evening, Sri Sheshagiri Rao was indeed there in the mandir performing the aarti, and soon he was out of the throes of death. All the doctors who had said that he would not live had to swallow their words, had to chew and digest the words that they had proclaimed. Now, 6 months after this, Sri Sheshagiri Rao fell seriously ill. He was now admitted in the hospital and he was suffering so intensely. All the devotees, including Professor Kasturi, felt, why on earth did Swami not permit him to leave back then? Now he's suffering so much. The suffering was so intense, the pain was so intense that the brother of Sri Sheshagiri Rao from Bangalore came and requested Swami whether he could take his brother back to Bangalore and admit him in the Victoria hospital. Again, Swami did not permit. Swami said, if he has to leave peacefully, comfortably and with joy, this is necessary. His karmas have to be worked out. Don't do anything, let him be here. And your brothers and sisters, in a matter of 1 month, a priest who was on the verge of death returned back to complete health, the pink of health. And Sri Sheshagiri Rao resumed his duties coming out of the hospital, and he was in great joy, bliss, peace, comfort, no pain, no suffering, nothing at all. This went on for 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, yet again, Sheshagiri Rao fell sick and he was bedridden for a 3rd time now. Now, Swami visited the priest along with Professor Kasturi, and once again Professor Kasturi records his eyewitness account. Swami entered the room and asked for a glass of hot milk. Professor Kasturi himself got that for Swami, and using a teaspoon, Swami gently fed Sri Sheshagiri Rao spoon after spoon, spoon after spoon for many long minutes, till Sri Sheshagiri Rao completed the entire glass of milk fed to him from the divine hands. There was a glow of peace, serenity, calm and joy on the face of Sri Sheshagiri Rao, and a tender smile on Swami's face as he gently caressed the forehead and chest of his dear priest. Having fed him the glass of milk, Swami told Kasturi, let us leave now. And even as they were leaving, Swami stood at the door, turned around and told Sri Sheshagiri Rao, now you can go. And as Swami issued the visa and the ticket, within 1 hour, Sri Sheshagiri Rao breathed his last peacefully. There are many other stories like this too. But what we learn from the story of Sri Sheshagiri Rao is that many times we won't understand what Swami is doing. But based on our experience of seeing and listening to so many such stories, we will surely know why Swami is doing it. He is doing it because it is good for the soul. That is the difference between physical human love and the divine love. Human love is concerned about the comfort of the body and the mind, while divine love will sacrifice the body and the mind at the altar of the soul, of the Atma. Divine love is concerned only with Atmic progress. And that is why sometimes it looks as if the great devotees of the Lord, including Mahatma Gandhi, had to suffer such a bad death. Dear brothers and sisters, we are blessed to know the facts of what happened on the 30th of January 1948. It has been recorded by a devotee from Tamil Nadu, Sri Bala Pattabhi, in his book Sri Sai Leelamritam. It has also been recorded by a doctorate winning work, Love is My Form, by Dr. Padmanabhan. It's a beautiful magnum opus of a book with multiple wonderful photographs. This incident happened when Swami had taken the devotees from the Pata Mandir or the old Mandir to the banks of the river Chitravati for a Chitravati sand session. We know that these Chitravati sessions, Swami would regale all these devotees with miracles galore. But that day it was different because Swami seemed a little off mood. Suddenly, at around 5:15 p.m., Swami gets up abruptly from the sands of Chitravati and begins to run towards the Patamandiram. Literally run. The devotees chase behind him, wanting to know what is it that the Lord is running for. Swami goes into the Patamandiram and into his room and bolts himself inside. And for the next 2 hours, the devotees have no clue what's happening. At around 7:30 p.m., Swami opens the door, comes out and tells to all the devotees assembled there, one among them of which is also Sri Balapattabhi. Swami says, Mahatma has left. And when Swami said this, all the devotees thought that a great soul had possibly departed. A Mahatma is also a person who is a great soul. So they thought that some yogi or some sage or some saint had left. They were not wrong, but they did not know which was this particular yogi or saint till 2 days afterwards. Back in those days, it would take a lot of time for the news to travel to remote parts of India, rural India. And 2 days later, on the 1st of February, when Sri Balapattabhi was at Bukkapatnam, he got a newspaper in which he read the then latest news that Mahatma Gandhi had passed away on the 30th of January at 5:17 p.m. It was precisely at this time that Swami locked himself inside his room, coming out afterwards saying Mahatma had left. He had not referred to just a great soul, but also to Mahatma Gandhi. So while I felt that Mahatma Gandhi had a very gruesome death despite being an adherent to truth and a great devotee of the Lord, Swami gave me the opportunity to understand that when you are a devotee of the Lord, whether the world is able to notice it or not, Swami, God, will always be there for you, even when it looks like you have been shot thrice in the chest. When it's a gruesome death, it is not a gruesome death, because even as Mahatma Gandhi there was walking, receiving the bullets and saying, Hey Ram, Hey Ram, Hey Ram, here Sai Ram was running, literally running to be by his side. The devotee is never neglected. The devotee never has a bad life, never has a bad death. It might appear like that at times in the eyes of the world. That is why on one occasion when Swami was asked, Swami, why did Mirabai suffer despite her chanting your name so many times? Swami asked back, did Mirabai tell you that she suffered? All of you think that she suffered, but she was in divine bliss always. And that is why even though she drank poison, even though she received whiplashes, even though she was troubled, nothing affected her peace and bliss. And so, let us always live life with that joy that whatever happens when we hold on to the Lord will never, never let go of us, whether in life, whether in death, or in the afterlife. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.